and welcome to TTV. Today we are celebrating the final show of the 2014-2015 season, and in fact this is my final show. I'm graduating this year. It's been a great run, and I have some great memories. I'd love to hear some of the memories from my peers who are also graduating this year, and so let's see this segment.
GeoVenture was definitely my favorite experience at Moira by far. We got to go on 4 trips: the biking trip, winter camping, canoeing, and the trip to Ottawa. And you just learn so much during that whole experience. It's very unique.
My best memory would probably be Friday Night Lights in grade 9, because it was the first time I ever really got involved and brought all my friends to a school activity. And it kind of encouraged me to get out a little bit more throughout the school year.
I don't know. High school is all just one big memory that I like to share. It's a lot to share in a short period of time because it's such a great time. And, you just got to get out there and get involved and make the best of it, and you can say the exact same.
Probably the grade 9 Trojan Ladies Connect trip that we took. It was my first year in high school, and it was just a lot of the women from all the different grades. We got together and we spent a weekend at a camp, and we got to know each other. We painted our nails, we watched movies. It was fun.
I don't know. My high school career has been filled with a lot of good times.
I would say definitely try to put yourself into as much stuff as you can. Even if you don't like it, you'll find out what you like and what you don't like, because that's really useful for the next 4 years. So just try out whatever you can.
I'd just say be yourself. A lot of people try to impress other people and be who they're not, and then usually they end up unhappy. So just do whatever makes you happy. Do your own thing.
Don't be so intimidated. Just get out there. Do what you want to do, whether it's playing sports, acting, anything really. Just get out there, and it makes high school a lot easier for you.
It will get tough. Push through it. Don't leave your stuff off to the last minute, but if you do, don't panic about it. Things get done, you'll do fine.
I would definitely say get more involved. Thinking through, there's not too many specific activities that I can think of that were my favorite part. Not too many clubs that I did, so just definitely don't be shy. Get out, bring a friend, go to different clubs, try out all the different sports and see what you like.
I'm glad to see that everyone has such great memories of Moira. I know I do. Now, my memories of Moira extend even before high school. I was here with the Destinations program. And in fact, this year, there are 2 very special students who have gone from the Destinations program to participate in the National Science Fair and have placed 3rd, which is unheard of. So let's go see how they did with that.
I got a bronze medal in the environmental category. At Canada Wide, there are a lot of people who are really, really nice, and although it's a competition, it doesn't really feel like one because of the environment that you're in. For example, everyone beside you, they aren't really focused on competing against you. They're more focused on things like pin trading or being your friend. The environmental category is based around any project that has something to do with fixing a problem in the environment or using something in the environment to do good. My project was on nitrogen fixation. So chemical fertilizers are actually really bad for the environment. They can cause erosion, and some of the chemicals can leak into the water, which is really, really bad. So I was basically using nitrogen fixation as a natural method of fertilization. Well, the projects that didn't place, they were projects that didn't focus on current issues, and projects that, well, they didn't really have anything to do with the world. They were just, And the really good projects are the ones that are like finding a cure for cancer, or finding a way to stop earthquakes or build an earthquake-proof building, or things like that. they're the projects that really focused on current issues like water contamination and global warming. To come up with the idea, well, before I found the idea, I think it was around like 5 months. It takes a really, really long time, but the whole process was around 3 months. You have to be confident about your project. The judges have been there for years and years, and they know what a student who's confident about their project looks like, and they know what they sound like. So if you're not confident about your project, then judges might think that maybe you didn't do it. If you don't know your stuff, then yeah, the chances of you winning are really, really low. They're looking that you know about your project. They're looking for next steps, like what are you going to do with your project? Where can you take this? And they're looking for how it can relate to the real world. How can you apply it? Well, mine was about natural fertilization, so I guess the next step for my project would be public awareness about the problem of chemical fertilizers, because although global warming takes most of the attention, chemical fertilizers should also be in the public eye. So my project could be applied in the area of agriculture and fertilization.
So I'm Aiden, and I participated in the regional fair at Quinty, and it was able to make it to the Canada-wide science fair. So basically, we left, I think it was on the 13th, Saturday or Sunday, and the flight was around 2 hours. We left to a place at Fredericton, which is the capital of New Brunswick, and that's where the Canada-wide science fair was being held. I found the journey to be really fun. We had 5 people from Team Quinty, which was the team that got to win from the regional fair to go to the Canada-wide science fair. Overall, the experience was great, and I had lots of fun. Well, so there's a lot of different categories in the science fair. So there's age categories, and there's project categories. So I think there are around 8 or 10 project categories. I was in the innovation category. So that's basically you create something or you improve on something that already exists. So you innovate something. There are also categories like discovery and study. There's just a variety of different categories for your projects. And then there are grade categories. So grade categories work it is pretty simple. So you have the grade 7 and 8 category, which is your junior, your 9 to 10 category, which is your intermediate, and your 11 to 12 category for your senior. My project was trying to create a transportation system using a series of pendulums. So how it worked was using a series of equidistant pendulums. And a pendulum is just the thing that hangs in a grandfather clock, let's say, and swings back and forth. And what I tried to do is I tried to transfer a load inside the bob of the pendulum. So the bob of the pendulum will swing, connect to the other pendulum, swing, connect to the other pendulum. And it keeps happening until the load will reach its destination. Well, ideas come to you at the oddest of times, right? Like, I got this idea when I was watching Cirque du Soleil, from one trapeze to the next. And so thinking of the idea, I didn't really start and say, I need to think of an idea. The idea just came to me. And so thinking of the idea didn't take long at all. But the actual pursuing of the idea took some time. And I think I started around December, and I finished right before the regional fair. So there's this culture at the Canada-wide Science Fair, and now I've never been there before, but according to some of the people on my team that have been there before, there's this thing called pin trading. And so all the provinces and all the cities, they have their own pins. For example, the city of Belleville has a pin for their building, for the City Hall building, and we have a pin for Belleville. And so what we did is our delegate, what he did is he brought in all of the pins, and they brought in all the pins from the places around us, and we got the Ontario pins, and we go to the Canada-wide Science Fair, and what happens is everybody else brings pins too. And so we trade pins with all of the other provinces and cities to get what we think are the best pins. And then by the time the science fair is over, you come back with a bunch of different pins that you didn't start out with from all the different provinces and territories around Canada. Well, I'm not actually sure about the number of judges there were, but the process of judging went pretty simple. What happened was, in the morning for me, I'm pretty sure I had 4 judges, and those were for the awards, like let's say the gold, the silver, the bronze, right? So those were for those those awards. And after that, in the afternoon for judging, we had special award judges, which would be awards that you would sign up for, or and other awards that didn't go in the first category. So to encourage my friend, I would first of all tell them to, that it's an amazing experience to go to the Canada-wide Science Fair, and just I would talk to them maybe about some of my experiences and just tell them how amazing it is. And I'd also tell them about maybe the amazing prizes you could win. And a good project is something that is happening in the real world. And if they do something that can happen in the real world, like it relates to the real world, it's just will get them really far. Well, I think there were 460 some people there, actual students who are going to be judged. I'm not sure about the number of judges and delegates and other volunteers that were there, but I'm sure there was a lot more. So the students didn't correlate with the amount of projects, because you can have multiple students per one project. You can have 2 people per one project. So I'm not sure exactly the number of projects either, but I personally placed bronze. So that was a big achievement for me. And the rest of my team, I think we had 2 more bronze and we had 1 silver. Well, that's a really difficult question. I'm in grade 8, so I'm not really sure what my future path is going to be, but I know I definitely really want to go to the Canada-wide Science Fair again, and I'm going to aim for that next year. But I'm not sure actually what my future path would be. I would definitely do it again. I had lots of fun, and I think, if anybody had the chance to go, just take it.
That truly is amazing. I'm sure they're looking forward to some good rest this summer. I know I am. I really hope that all of you have a good summer this year, and good luck for the next year.